Welcome aboard for another video.
Thanks, Conductor Keith. Hello, I'm pleased to say that our fictional large-scale Pencross Railway of Eastern Ontario now has barge service, rail barge service to be exact, on the Ottawa River. This represents the Ottawa River. In a sense, this video is Michael Franklin's fault. He's my friend, yes, but he had to come here with his radio-controlled live steam boat. Well, then, of course, I was jealous because I wanted a boat in the same scale that we have our railways. So I took my 1:48 scale tug and converted it to 1:24 scale, big conversion. Both of those topics are in previous videos right here on this channel. Well, of course, naturally, if I have a tugboat, I need a barge. And so, Michael has cost me a lot of work. But it was good work. And this video, I'm going to show you how I built this barge, intentionally designed so that anyone can do it. Doesn't require a bunch of skill and only uses stuff from Home Depot. Very simple, very easy, but the results are awesome. Well, of course, the track didn't come from Home Depot, but otherwise. Well, I think I'll wait to bring my barge parts to the car. All right, so the parts making for the barge is happening. See, that will be the deck of the barge. All right, so the barge building is underway. Just putting on one side here with water resistant glue. It's not waterproof. It will eventually soak up water, but it's water resistant, so casual exposure won't harm it. But either way, it's going to be underneath various levels and layers, of oil paint. I'm literally just making a box. So now the box is built, into which some weights will go. But what I'll do, I'll finish the outside bottom so we can put it in the water, check for leaks, put some weight on it to see how much ballast it needs. This is the size of the tug that's going to pull the barge. All right, so I've put a seam of water-resistant glue everywhere there could be, seams or cracks. Now, it's water-resistant glue. For the amount this is going to be in water, even if the glue is exposed, it would take a long time for it to break down. But either way, it's going to be, like I said, sprayed with a number of coats of waterproof oil. So this is the bottom of the hull. You're looking at the bottom. It's going to be down in the water. Now you might ask, why, Terry, did you not put a curved front like that? Like in most barges, it's still straight across, but there'd be a bit of an angle here because you can't scale down physics. And I don't want this thing to be able to be pulled too easily, gain its own momentum too easily. So I'm leaving it like that for a little bit of water resistance for the tug. Because again, you cannot scale down physics. This will be functional. It's not going to be a fine scale thing. I think it'll look adequate when I'm done. Now I'm just painting the bottom of the hull so we can do our sort of water tests, weight test. We're going to let that soak into the wood and dry and then do another coat. So this is a floating test. It's very stable. Of course, it's flat. And I've got these two steel weights, steel pieces that a friend gave me for this purpose. Now the question is, do I want it lower in the water than this? I could put a bit more weight in there and press it down even further for more stability. I'm going to leave it in the pool to see if any water comes in. So I'm just going to let it float for a while. All right, I've added a little more weight, and I like that. It's not so deep draft, but it feels very stable. This is what it's going to be, I think. You can see right there, that's the draft from the pollen on the top of the water in the pool right now. The trials basin. Again, you can't scale down physics. And there are no handbrakes. These things don't really work. How do I fix the rail cars down so they don't come off the barge? Well, I'm going to have the track come in from that side up to here. And I'm going to use couplers on the 3 tracks. My friend Michael Franklin gave me these, thought I might be able to use them, and voila, I will be using them. I'll take the knuckles off. So they're going to go here, and they couple nicely to the Cadies. So that's just going to be fixed on a point right there. And that'll prevent these from rolling off the back. It'll keep them on. Because, trying to fix these down would be a bit of an issue, so we'll try that. So I have a few 8-foot sections of aluminum rail, and so that's what I'm going to cut for the barge. This is a cheap drawer handle from Home Depot. That's going to make a perfectly good bollard line, a tow line right there. It's made of metal. All right, there we go. It's on really solid. Here is a crew hatch that will go down into the hull. I've fixed down the weights like that with plumber strapping. That's in solid. Of course, I use screws only went that far and wouldn't cause a split that I wouldn't notice. I'm about to put the top deck down. Well, poop. Solved with a little bit of barge surgery. Done. Time to move on to another corner. The mounts for the couplers that will be here are on. They are just glued with water-resistant wood glue. I just glued down this big washer. I, of course, put magnets in the feet of many of my people. And he'll just stand there with a magnet. A fresh coat of black paint. I think it's going to be pretty cool in the water. So I had these vinyl stickers made at an online source called stickeru.com. And as you can see, they're on my rail cars, Pencross Railway of Eastern Ontario. Now the Marine Division is not going to have them sort of rakishly canted like that. It's going to be level. As you can see on the tugboat. Yeah, that looks good on there. The couplers installed well. So for cleats, bollards, you know, the things you tie things on with, I found these in the hardware store, and you screw them into the wall to hang stuff on. See? But imagine now that they will look good on this, not to mention the fact I already like the color of them. I'm just going to keep the color like that. Doesn't that look dandy? There we go. Just a fender, you know. Perfect. Well, this is exciting. The first track is down. I'm going to test it with a rail car to make sure that it all lines up well. There. It's coupled on. Nice. As if by magic, 2 tracks down. Then magically there was 3. So I must have measured wrong and the couplers are a bit too high. Now this one, that rail car actually is just mounted a bit too low, but the couplers are a bit high. Doesn't matter. They all grip. So they're all gripping. So, you know, it's not looking too bad. Here we go. Let it be said that the Pencross Railway of Eastern Ontario Maritime Division does like to protect its barges, so we've put 3 tires down the side. Of course, while preparing my boat, I knocked this off. And the little green light that was there, which is green and somewhere in this grass. So as you can see, the barge draws quite a bit of water. And it's really heavy. Because it's very heavy, it feels like when I do this, it's very stable. It feels very heavy, even to start moving it and stuff. Ooh, the paint's still tacky. It's heavy. Now, if you can imagine, that's almost about a couple of inches of water. A couple of inches of water all the way around. You know how much water weighs. So this is displacing quite a bit. Huh. Oh, look, I've managed to not hit the side. Oh, man. This thing's ponderous. It's wonderful. It's like, you know, real tug and tow is ponderous. I was debating whether or not I needed strakes, you know, along the bottom, those straight pieces to help the barge stay straight, but I really don't think I do. It's doing a fine job of that on its own. not a lot of room to maneuver in this pool. Super wonderful. I need to bring this to a bigger pond. Just love it. Well, I think the barge is a success. There you go. 6 large-scale rail cars in the Pencross Railway of Eastern Ontario's Marine Division's barge. I love it. So here we see the friar enjoying his day out. He hopes that you like this video, that you click on like to help bump it up the lists, and that you otherwise have a really good day. I see someone's hitched a ride. Well, what do you think, Marge? What do you think of this barge?
Well, Henry, I love it. I think it's a great addition to the railway.
So with the rail cars now off, you can see the extent of the pollen. It's about less than an inch, a little less than an inch. So with the rail cars on, she settles into the water about another little less than an inch. It's very seaworthy. So now you can see, this is my hand, how much water it was drawing. So it's quite heavy. It displaces quite a bit of water.